One of the most exciting things when you're a whiskey geek is getting to bring home a new bottle. You find something new and shiny on the shelf, or maybe some allocated something that you've been hunting after, and you get it home and it just kind of falls flat. So we're going to take a look at some of the bottles that I will not be buying again. Roll that intro. Hey guys, welcome back to T-Rod Whiskey. I am, of course, your host, T-Rod. If you didn't know that, well, get a job, bro. Really. Is this your first time at the channel? But anyway, since you are here, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and smack that like button. Even drop a comment down below. I love to hear from you guys. I love to see feedback. I love getting that little notification on my phone that you guys have commented and you're engaging. Plus, it feeds the almighty algorithm overlords. So, when you're a whiskey guy, you get that new bottle, you get that tingly feeling on the back of your neck, and you're super excited to get it home. You really want to pop the cork, get into it, find out what all the hype is about, find out what that bottle's going to taste like. You're going to savor every drop of it. Okay. Well, unfortunately, not every bottle is going to be a first-round draft pick. Actually, most of them would not be a first-round draft pick, if we're being honest. Some of them would probably fall to like the 4th and the 5th round, right? So we're going to go through a list of, I think I got like 7 bottles here that I will not be buying again. And I do have a mystery pour here, and if you guys stick around to the end, I might even just tell you what it is. So, that said, we'll just jump into this list random. These are in no particular order. But the first one is going to be Jim Beam Repeal Batch. 86 proof. I think I bought this thing on a whim because I got chatting with a store owner and he didn't really have anything that interested me, but I wanted to give him some business. So, okay, 25 bucks. Limited edition Beam. Should have known better, right? I don't like Jim Beam. I don't like peanuts, not my whiskey anyways, and this thing is just chock full of it. This is, if you had like a liquefied Reese's peanut butter cup in a burnt peanut shell, that's what this thing reminds me of. Not very good. It's thin, unsatisfying. I mean, if you're gonna be something, like, be it unapologetically, be it boldly. Don't make something at 86 proof and then expect it to perform well as a limited edition Prohibition Repeal Tribute. I mean, you're not really paying homage to anything there. You're just kind of pissing everybody off. But yeah, we'll not be buying one of these again, even if I do come across it on the shelves, because it's really just not that good. You can see most of the bottle is still left, and there's also a pretty fine layer of dirt on there. So very dusty, doesn't see a whole lot of action. I think this bottle's like 4 years old, so should tell you everything you need to know. All right, next up. This hurts a little bit because this is a distillery that's actually close to home for me, and it's one that I really like at cask strength, but this is the Red Cedar Spirits Red, White, and Blue Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So this is made from red corn, white corn, and blue corn. I have this at barrel proof. At barrel proof, it's hot, but it's not bad. This is their 80 proof offering, and it just is thin and uncharacteristic and unfulfilling. I bought this at the tasting room. I was there for a tour. This one's a single barrel, but I mean, even a single barrel at 80 proof is still kind of like 90 proof. 95, 100 proof would have been great. It doesn't have to be cask strength, but something other than the bare minimum, guys. It just doesn't do it for me. The cask strength one of this, pretty okay. The Oatlanders, if you ever get your chance to buy a Red Cedar Oatlander at cask strength, like, don't even think about it, do it. But at 80 proof, this is going to be a pass for me going forward. It just doesn't offer me anything. I will not be replacing this one. Maybe I go back to the distillery and try something else, but this one was a dud for me. I was very disappointed when I got that home. Bottle number 3. This is the Wild Turkey Long Branch. And this is another 86 proofer. But when I had it at the distillery during the tour, it wasn't terrible. That mesquite kind of taste, it's not bad. It's just thin. It's light. It's just, I don't know. It's not what I expected from this. I've come to expect great things from Wild Turkey. They're a legacy distillery that puts out really, really good bottles. I thought this would just be at least a passable daily drinker, and it has found its way to the bottom of the shelf, back here behind the bar, out of sight, out of mind, forgotten. Matthew McConaughey took his name off of this. I think he discontinued his partnership. And I mean, I'm sure this is good for some people, and I probably don't hate it, but it's just not something I'm going to spend $45 on again. Cool enough bottle. Love the oversized cork with the etching of the turkey in there. That's good. That's good and all, but this is just, I don't know, the Texas mesquite charcoal filtering. How much impact does it really have? I don't know. All right, next up. This is the Blackened Wes Henderson. This is also a few years old. It says limited edition, and this was straight bourbon whiskey finished in white port wine casks. This was like $120, and it's just bourbon finished in port casks. I know Blackened is Metallica's brand, and I'm sure Lars Ulrich is already filing a lawsuit and injunction against me right now for talking smack. However, it's got this gimmick where like they're constantly just, blaring Metallica, and the sound waves force the whiskey in and out of the wood a little bit faster. And I don't know, maybe Master of Puppets ages whiskey faster than, Mother Nature normally would, or, Hammer of Justice, something. But the first one of these hit the market and it went gangbuster. It was the Blackened X Willet, and those were amazing, absolutely fantastic. But they hit the secondary market rather quickly, and the prices shot up over $300, more than double what they were originally asking. So then this one came out, and it's like, okay, it's $120-ish. It's port finished. Like, maybe the bourbon's pretty good. The bourbon was pretty and then finished in portwood. Okay, fine. Well, then the third one came out, and it was the Blackened Rabbit Hole. And that one is also overpriced and not very good. So unless they do like another Willet collaboration, or I find out that the sourced whiskey is something phenomenal and just super great, I'm not buying another one of these. They're not getting any more of my money, period. I don't think it's worth it. I think it's very campy. I think it's just kind of a gimmick to sell bottles, and it's really not that good. At 116 proof, yeah, okay, fine. Cask strength is cool. Maybe I'll buy the Blackened cask strength, but these special releases that cost more, you're going to have to do something pretty special to bring me back from the brink, because I won't. I don't even like drinking this. Next up, this one's a recent addition. It's only been here a few months, but this is the Redwood Empire Van Dusen Rye. This is actually the first Redwood product I've had that I just don't like. It is 100% rye, I think. No, okay. 31% malted barley, 67% rye, 2% wheat. So it's kind of a unique mash bill, 94 proof. It was kind of funky. It had just a weird funk to it that I never really jived with. Had some earthy notes that are kind of outside of my palate. For the $80 or $85 this bottle costs, I'm not going to be replacing it. I'm not going to be getting another one. I chose between this and then I think the other one was the Screaming Titan. And I saw that this, was one that I hadn't recognized or hadn't seen before. So I decided to give it a shot. Now, ordinarily, Redwood Empire knocks it out of the park for me. Their Lost Monarch is one of my favorite go-to daily drinkers. Their cask strength stuff is all phenomenal. I love the Emerald Giant, but this thing is just a swing and a miss for me. Will not be replacing. Probably end up giving this out mostly in samples, but it'll be here for a while at the very least. Two left, guys. This next one, I might get a little bit of hate for, but this is the Frey Ranch straight bourbon whiskey. This is their 90 proofer, batch number 13. I don't know if that was a good or bad batch, whatnot. This is an absolutely beautiful bottle, beautiful cork. The packaging is fantastic. The whiskey inside just was very earthy, dirty. I don't know how else you want to explain it. I bought this thing a while back, and I mean, I've got dust all over it. It's been sitting under the bar for a while. It's just not for me. I know some people absolutely live and die by this, and I've heard that like the farm strength or whatever is much better. So maybe I have to try one of those. I don't know if it says if this is a 4 grain or what this is. Yeah, 4 grain. Okay. So, you know, even for a 4 grain though, like the funk is just kind of heavy. It's non-chill filtered. I don't know. It's just not good for my palate. I mean, you know, you can see I've had probably about an ounce, maybe an ounce and a half out of this, which was probably the only pour I've had out of it. Was not a fan. Will not be buying another one. And then lastly, save the best for last. Some of you guys could probably guess what this is or have seen it coming or probably even feel the same way. But it is the High West Midwinter Night's Dram. So I used to be a major High West geek. Loved all of their single barrel releases, all the cool finishes, the blending techniques, all of it. Collected all the super old High West that I could find that was from 2016, 17 and older. I have every Rendezvous Rye release going back to 2011, maybe 2012. I have to double check. I have a lot of them. And I used to collect every year's Midwinter Night's Dram. And batch 9 was good. Okay, I got a backup of it because I really wanted it. All right, $100, a little bit steep at the time for what it is, but okay, fine, we're cool with this. Then batch 10 comes out, and batch 10 is, let's not sugarcoat it, it was bad. It just was not good. And it looks like they've significantly increased the yields, and the price went up to $150, and I was just very disappointed. But everybody's got a down year, you know, whatever. I'm a sports fan. I know you can't be excellent every year. So when batch 11 came out, I grabbed batch 11. This is an Act 11 Scene 3, and it's just a blend of straight rye whiskeys finished in port barrels. You guys know the deal. I love the presentation, love the bottle, the glass. It's all great. I love the High West presentation package. And this was a bit of a return back to form for them. However, it still doesn't compete with the Act 7s, the Act 8s, the 9s. It's still just not that good. The blend is getting younger, and they increased the price by 50%. And it's holding. In a declining market, it's holding. So, I mean, for me, I am done buying these. Unless, you know, Act 13 comes out and they tell me that it is something magical, that this is a return to what it was, that it's reminiscent of old school High West, I'm not going to be buying another one of these. $150, my money can go a heck of a lot farther on some other bottles, things I'm going to enjoy a little bit more. You know, there's a lot of guys out there doing port finish ryes right now. Off the top of my head, Cedar Ridge has a really good one. Varchaz, which is very local, has a nice one. There's umpteen companies finishing bourbon and ryes in port barrels. So if all you're going to do is blend a like 4 and an 8-year rye and finish it in a port barrel and slap a $150 price tag on it, I'm sorry, but miss me with that one. Ain't gonna do it, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's another one that we will not be buying. But if you guys have made it this far into the video, I appreciate you for sticking around, and you get to see what my mystery pour is. And that is the Rare Character Fortuna Bourbon. This is a batch 1A, and it was bottled September 2022. I actually got this last year, so 24, in my trip to Louisville. Yeah, we were in Louisville. Yeah, I stopped by a liquor barn there, saw this sitting on the shelf, and I knew it had to come home with me. This is the 102 proof version. The darker blue one is the cask strength that everybody prefers, but I really like this one. I think it's good. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you for coming down this journey with me, down the misery mile. I appreciate you sticking it out. Hopefully you guys haven't wasted as much of your money as I have on some subpar pours, but if you have, remember, your friends don't know what they're drinking. Just give it to them. Tell them it's okay. Or mix it with Coke, Sprite, something, whatever you want to do. Live your life. But until next time, guys, I am T-Rod. Cheers.